Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go right out of the gate on this Wednesday, and this is a North Texas Weather Alert Day. We are tracking the opportunity of severe weather as we go through the evening, even as we go through the overnight, and the concern of even some localized flooding because of heavier rain we're anticipating. Those concerns are now growing as well. The details are evolving some from what we talked about yesterday with the very newest information coming in. I want to get you caught up, of course, let you plan for you and your family as we go through the remainder of the day. Now, first of all, the overall opportunity of rain and storms as we go through this afternoon, it's going to remain fairly low, right? But as we get into the evening, as we get into tonight, that's when the rain probability begins to come up. But even through the afternoon, it's not zero, and any storms we see through the afternoon, even those could be severe as well. Again, more on that coming up. But this is what we did this morning. These were your morning lows, and it was a very balmy, very humid start out the door this morning. And of course, that humidity, that's fuel for any thunderstorm activity because the dew points were so high. Basically, the overnight lows really did not move. Even looking here at the Metroplex, I mean, look at DFW, your morning low, literally 78 out the door earlier this morning. So we've had scattered showers, a few rumbles of thunder in our eastern counties. That was anticipated. That's kind of the initial wave moving through the area, right? That was anticipated. That activity is now pulling fairly quickly off to the east, right? So as we go through the day, that right there is not necessarily a big deal. But what is going to be a bigger deal as we go through the day, more so this evening and tonight, take a look over my shoulder here. It's this right here. It's a cold front. It's currently stalled out now, but it's quickly going to begin to move as we go through the afternoon. That's going to be approaching our northwestern counties as we get into this evening, and that front is going to light up with rain and storms, and we'll have a whole complex of activity rolling through. So we've got a boundary. We've got the humidity and obviously the warm and potentially hot temperatures as we go through the afternoon. So the instability, what else do we have going on? Well, we've also got this powerhouse. You can see this huge dip. Powerhouse upper level jet stream storm system here that's also going to be swinging out into the southern plains. So we've got the trifecta that we need, including the jet stream now getting involved to get active weather to go, right? So yes, we do have the opportunity of severe weather. Now anything that forms this afternoon, right, it's a low probability, but anything that forms during the daylight hours could be severe with the wind and hail threat as well. We're going to track that, but this is more so this evening. This is more so tonight. Again, the wind and hail threat. But there is a low-end tornado probability today as well. And notice, it's essentially from the Metroplex, and again, locations back off to the northwest. We may have something called a low-top supercell, right? And low-top supercells, sometimes they can produce a little bit of hail, a little bit of wind, but typically what they do is cause tornado warnings. And a lot of times they don't even necessarily produce tornadoes, but they just kind of aggravate the situation, and they're kind of notorious tornado warning producers or causers, right? So we're going to track this carefully. Not a big tornado day whatsoever, but we will track kind of that low top supercell potential as we go through the day. Also tracking the opportunity of hailstones here as well. And again, the opportunity of even up to $50 size hail, not impossible. And I think the bigger concern with everything is going to be wind, especially as we get into this evening and tonight as we have that complex rolling in. There may be damaging wind gusts, 70 to maybe even 75 miles per hour. So please do stay vigilant to that. So the morning activity pushes off to the east out of our eastern counties. You saw that. You may see a few popcorn thunderstorms try and go up this afternoon. Any of those could be severe. We'll track that. Pretty spotty, though. And then you see as we get into this evening tonight, here comes that complex of storms moving in from the Metroplex after 8 p.m., but more so probably closer to 10 p.m. to midnight. The activity rolls through, and even behind it, lingering rain, heavy rain, as we go through most of the overnight. Rainfall totals will continue to accumulate even as we go through the overnight as well. Right now, the latest data putting some of the heaviest rainfall totals over in our eastern counties, 2 to maybe even 4 inches of rain over there. And because of that, our far northeastern counties, the Weather Service has now issued a flood watch as we go through this evening and tonight. So we'll be back up around 90 this afternoon, hot, humid. And then again, you can see your evening planner here. Rain probabilities, especially after 8 p.m. here in the Metroplex, do begin to increase. 60s for most of us overnight. We begin to finally taper down the temperatures tomorrow. A lot of us in the upper 70s to right around 80. So it's a 100% rain and storm opportunity overnight tonight. Trimming down temperatures Thursday and Friday. Here comes another front late Friday into Saturday. Look at your weekend. Highs there only in the 70s.